A while ago, a video comparing SCR and BR appeared on YouTube. In the comments section of it, I saw tons of messages saying that BR is better than SCR, or opposite ones saying SCR is the best. But in this video, I'll explain why these games just can't be compared. A little background. SCR came out in 2017 and was an advanced railway game at the time of its creation. Trains with cabins, variety of trains, signalling. Over time it changed. New trains, stations were added. The game expanded, new roles appeared. After a while, the game became a bit more detailed. Better trains and stations with better interiors and platforms. But then, a new game appeared. On January 1st, 2023, the British Railway game was released, which immediately interested the entire Roblox transportation community. Although there were only 3 trains in the first version of the game, the level of realism, the detail of the map was fantastic. The game quickly became popular, but still, due to the small size of the map and the little choice among the trains, the game was a little boring. But just 2 months after the release of version 1.0, the game received an update 1.1 with the advent of intercity services, map expansion, and new trains. Later, the weather came into the game. The game was becoming popular. Currently, when it has updates, it overtakes SCR in the number of online players within a day, 2. Finally, we came to a question that many, if not every SCR and BR player have. Which game is better? The bottom line is that these games simply cannot be compared. They are fundamentally different. SCR was created a few years before BR, respectively, used the technology of that time. That is, square rails, trains without a cabin, and realism was out of the question. Even now, realism is not in sight in the SCR. The reason for this is the audience. SCR targets a younger audience than BR, because not all children like realism, they like something simpler to perceive. They also like the variety of stations, trains, roles. For this reason, many people prefer a simple SCR than a complex BR. The BR, on the other hand, emphasizes realism, so every train in this game is special. Each train has its own unique sounds and characteristics. In BR, there is a difference in acceleration of classes 800 and 801, unlike SCR. Different trains have different control systems, such as Class 86 having tap changer. There are passengers at the stations who get on your train. There is much more to the BR's realism. Weather with droplets on train windows, pantographs galloping at the wires intersections, and version 1.3.4 should add suspension, so trains will bounce at intersections and turns. Some people might nice that BR opened to the public on January 1st, 2023. That is, 6 years later than the SCR. And at that time, it was already possible to make Roblox games more realistic than before. But personally, in my view, SCR was made for children from the very beginning, by the dude who loves children. So it should have been simple. The BR was created by a small team of train fans who wanted to make a realistic game. And they did it perfectly, in my opinion. I can't remember any railroad game with passengers getting on your train. So SCR is designed for a younger audience that needs an easier-to-perceive game with a variety of stations, trains, and roles. Of course, this does not mean that only children play SCR, but still the vast majority of players are most likely children. If someone doesn't understand, children in my understanding are people under 12, and who is older is already teenagers. The BR, on the other hand, tries to give its players a real-life feel. For this reason, the game is more difficult to perceive, with all these systems like power switching, tap changer, sanders in the rain, narrower lines that combine both express and regional. This might surprise you, but not all devices pull the BR. And some players trying from SCR to BR are already upset before the first trip on 142. The developers are trying to give everyone the opportunity to play. They are doing optimization to improve the game for everyone, and it seems to help. Mostly, BR is played by people who want something more complex, more detailed than SCR. That is, those who do not really like to brake from 125 miles per hour to 0 in 20 seconds in SCR. Some people never tire of comparing BR and SCR by the number of stations, trains and services. The only caveat is that in BR, trains are much more detailed than in SCR, and they were and remain so from the beginning, and do not receive 3 remodels. Speaking of the number of stations, there are two reasons why the BR is smaller in this regard. First, the game is already 2 years old, and it's already 40 well-detailed stations. But if you don't like this reason, here's the second one: the size of the development team. The BR development team is massively smaller than SCR's. Even so, BR developers are working in some way more actively than in SCR. Well, how about the last time there were previews in SCR and BR Discord servers? So you shouldn't compare SCR and BR, just understand that they are created different for different audience. It would be great if everyone stopped comparing these games and gave them the opportunity to develop peacefully. That's it. Thanks for watching, and have a great time.